Alright guys, so this is going to be a Q&A video. It's just going to be me sitting down with you guys. Usually I'll just throw out random questions for Q&A videos, but I want to do more specific ones for now. So this one's going to be bulking, cutting. Any questions you had, I just told you to put it on Instagram, so we're just going to sit here, talk to you Friday morning. It's been a crazy week at our HQ right now just because we got all of our shipments in, so just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're nuts. And even today it's still busy. So didn't have too much time to vlog, so that's when I usually like to sit down and just answer some questions, and we're going to talk about cutting. And just a quick up-to-date, I'm at about 212, 213 right now, so good start heading into this 12-week challenge, which should get me down to that 205 then. So first one, do you prefer to drop calories or add cardio? Great question. I do not do really any cardio right now, which it could be, you know, it would help if I did some, but I know I can get to my ideal body weight, 205, if I just let the diet take care of itself. So that's the first thing I always manipulate when I want to go to lose weight or diet. I'm just going to do, I know if I'm eating 3,000 calories or less, I'm going to lose that weight. Now if I'm doing like a bodybuilding show, I'm definitely going to throw in cardio because I'm going to use all my tools to my advantage to get as lean as possible. When do you start dropping fats and how much will you drop? I like to keep my fats between 80 to 90 grams per day, and even one day a week I'll usually do like 130 to 140 grams of fats. And then if I'm going to drop on a macronutrient, it's going to be carbs. I think fats are very important, especially for me. It regulates your hormones. I've just noticed in the past when I've went lower in fats, I don't feel right. I don't have a certain type of energy, and I think that's a big mistake a lot of coaches make on their clients too, is putting them on these like 30 to 40 gram fat diets, especially women. I think it should be definitely I think it needs to be higher. I think fats are so underrated. Does your dick hang lower than your balls? Classic Rich P question. Do you usually just count calories or hit your macro targets? I used to be like specific pinpoint, gotta hit 350 carb, have to hit 90 fat, have to hit all my exact numbers. Now I really don't care. As long as I'm hitting, you know, an adequate amount of protein, I'll fill the rest in with fats and carbs. I do have like an ideal range, maybe like 400 grams of carbs, 90 grams of fat, but if it gets messed up, as long as I'm hitting my calories, 3,000 per day, I don't really care. It's like, because I used to get to the point where, all right, I ate 2,700 calories so far going into the night, I got 300 left. What can I eat that's gonna hit all these macros? And it would be a bunch of like small stuff. It's like, I'll just take something random now and hit my calories. Do you drink beer or liquor during a cut? And if so, how often? And not really too often at all, maybe once every 2 weeks. And if then it's during the weekend, I'll have a couple beers, 2 or 3 beers, and I won't even count them as calories, won't count them as any macros either. How much can you eat during a cheat meal? Should you set a limit? You should definitely set a limit. You can't be eating, you know, 10,000 calories and just binging. I think cheat meals are important though. I'm going to P.F. Chang's on Saturday. It's gonna be my first time, so I've always wanted to go there. I love Chinese food, so I'm not gonna get 3 meals. I might get one, you know, meal of whatever you get there, General Tso's with some pork fried rice. Approach going into reverse dieting. I've always done the reverse diet, but then I'll let it go after a few weeks. So I've never like consistently for 3 to 4 months reverse dieted out of a diet, which is, for anyone that doesn't know, when you're dieting on say 2,000 calories for this 4 months and then the diet's over. Rather than just splurging and eating whatever you want, right after that you're gonna put the weight on, the water back on really fast. The reverse dieting way is you're gonna, you know, maybe eat 2,500 calories a day consistently, so then you put the weight back on slowly. And I've tried it. I'll do it for like 1 or 2 months, and then I'll just start eating whatever again. But this time around, I'll try to keep calories lower. I'm gonna do my best because I'm not getting to the point where I'm 190 pounds and starving and then like almost need to binge on food. I'm still gonna be 205 at a good lean body weight where I can stay at year round. Arm size, I'm not sure. I don't measure my biceps. Favorite cheat meal and how often do you incorporate cheat meals? I'm gonna have to go with In-N-Out. Yeah, you can't beat In-N-Out, especially if you're dieting. How good food tastes when you're dieting, it's a completely different feel. Like if I'm bulking, eating whatever, I can eat whatever food I want whenever, and it's gonna taste good. But when you're dieting, you eat that, there's like, you get all the flavor. It tastes completely different. So good. Will I ever branch out and do things like CrossFit, F45, Orange Theory type of workouts? Probably not. I like to just stick with bodybuilding. It's just something I've done since I started lifting when I was 13 years old, and I don't know. I just don't think I'd like doing other types of things like CrossFit and whatnot. They also ask about hiking and things like that. Heck yeah, I would definitely start hiking more. That's something I probably should be doing. And that's great exercise, hiking, even walking, just doing stuff, getting out into nature. Supplements I'm taking on this cut: whey protein I eat every day. I mix it in my cereal, a scoop and a half in the morning. Consistently taking creatine every single day, 1 scoop, 5 grams, that's all I need. Pre-workout, as always, I've been taking pre-workout since I was in high school. I take greens every day. These are just some of the ones I take pretty much every day, but yeah, those are like 3 basic ones that, whether I'm lifting or not: greens, creatine, whey protein. Do I basically eat the same thing, or do I mix it up? Pretty much eat the same thing. So I even went to the grocery store last night, and it's like, I looked at my grocery card and it was almost like depressing. Like, I gotta change it up a little bit. I got a few new things, but it's like cereal and protein in the morning. Lunch is chicken and rice. A lot of times I'll have chicken and rice twice a day, but it's so good. I like it. Chicken, rice, with some ketchup. Besides that, just tons of chicken. Put it in flour tortillas, try to make it in different ways, but really it's the same thing over and over again besides cheat meals. How am I eating 3,000 calories and still losing weight? I don't even have an extremely fast metabolism, and I think a lot of people would be surprised that 3,000 calories isn't that much. Because if you consistently eat it for a while, it's really not that much. You could go to somewhere to eat or something your mom or dad makes, and you'd be surprised at how many calories are actually in there just because it's so concentrated, maybe in fats or oils or something like that. How do I prep my food for the day? Usually just Tupperware, stuff like that. If I'm running low on time, put chicken and rice in Tupperware, eat my breakfast at home. That's all I need to do. Where does the motivation come from when your energy and strength levels are depleted? I'm not gonna get to that point. I'm only getting down to 205. I'm still gonna feel good, still gonna have all my strength. Now, if you're doing a bodybuilding show like I did before, you have some bad days where you feel like you can't push any weight, your energy sucks, you feel like crap. You just gotta realize, I guess, that you're gonna have those bad days during a prep like that, and you know, maybe the next day is gonna be a lot better. So it's just so on and off, especially when you're getting that lean. How do you stay focused on your cut when you become stressed, start gaining weight, or diet just isn't on point? I don't know. I'm just consistently, this year I'm really into it. Last year, not so much. I think I was just doing it for content. I really wasn't into it at all, or didn't want to do it. That's the biggest thing I noticed. Like, if you don't have the internal motivation to cut or do something like that, whatever you're doing personally, if you're just doing it for YouTube, it's not gonna work out well. So this year I actually want to do it. And that's really what it is. Just if you have the internal motivation, I think that's the biggest factor. Doesn't matter if you're putting it on your social media platforms. How do I train to beat Nick's ass? Nothing specific, could do it anytime, anywhere. High carbs or high fats, I like a good mix. You know, 400 grams of carbs a day, 90 grams of fat a day. I like getting both those levels decently well up. And I don't go crazy on protein, maybe 200 grams of protein a day. Favorite style of dieting as far as intermittent fasting, carb cycling, I keep it simple, just track my calories per day. Consistently want to eat 3,000 or less, so I keep mine really simple. I don't do anything crazy like intermittent fasting or anything like that. What do I think about the keto diet? It looks like a lot of people are getting into it right now. There's a lot of channels out there. I'm just not a big advocate of it just because I like to eat carbs and I just don't think I would last on it. Do I lose a lot of strength during a cut, and how do I maintain it? Not when I'm getting down to this weight again. Now, if you're doing a bodybuilding show, yeah, especially things like squat, those compound lifts, you're gonna lose plenty of strength when you get to a certain point, but I'll be able to hold on to everything if I'm only getting down to, once I get to 208 and I drop below that, that's maybe when I would lose some strength in my squat, some of those compound lifts, maybe even bench, but I should hold on to everything. How do you balance hitting macros but also going out to eat with friends? I always put going out to eat before hitting macros. I'll just get something a little bit healthier. Even like a turkey burger and fries, I can still fit that in. Maybe I'll say it's 1,200 calories, but I'm not gonna not go out to eat just so I can hit my macros exactly. I'll just wanna keep, if you're conscious about keeping your calories lower and you're going out to eat, you're gonna be fine. You're not gonna start putting on all this weight because you're conscious about it, and then you know you're gonna get something somewhat healthy and you should be okay. So don't worry about it too much. Favorite way to do cardio? If I do cardio, that's a tough question. Probably just run. I feel great after I run, but yeah, that's what I would do. Okay, so that's gonna be the Q&A. That is it. I hope you guys enjoy this. I gotta fix my hair. I gotta get a haircut. And I might shave the beard. I'm not sure yet. Not gonna shave the beard, but I might turn it into a handlebar mustache. I'll see you guys in the next one.